Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices. I'm running a bit late, so I'm just going to do the DAX, but you'll see the other Euro indices are pulling in the same direction as well. So just in the bigger picture here for the daily chart, just to get perspective, wave 4 here, and we're looking for this light pale blue wave 5 up here with 5 waves in it, which is 1 and 2 here. And then we're looking for 5 waves between wave 2 and wave 3 here of intermediate degree. So we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and now we're looking for 5 waves in from 2 to 3 here. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then 5 up to here for wave 3. Then looking for wave 4 here, which we've got in a bit. It's been a bit of a testing one, this one here, but we're looking at it being quite sort of strong in a particular triangle pattern here, and then looking for a small 5-wave structure up into the 13,000 before we see a larger, more consuming wave 4 here. So just moving straight into perhaps the 4-hour chart to pick up this triangle pattern here that we've been looking at here. It does appear that well, there's a very high probability that we'll be seeing the market move higher from here, and one of the steps and supports and confidence will be a nice support on the 12,800 here. The 800's always been rejected here, and we'd like to see that now as a tested support. As tested support and levels and so on, just looking at it here, the normal situation is the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then some type of little correction here, and then a move up. So it's testing, retesting is this move back down here. So in one way or another, once we're above the level, it will give us some highs here. We can look at this in more detail. So the first high is important, then we can get a better position on the second one, and then down here once it sort of establishes here as well. So really it's just in the arrival stages here, and we'll have a look at this in a little bit of detail. But having that support on that level there is the catalyst for the next steps higher. And then we can also drill down too into 12,800, and then 800, 10, 20 and 30. So 830 is the top of a particular group 1, which would be subgroup 1, because the 800 in this case is a minor trading level, and the 13,000 is a major trading level here. So yep, let's dive in a little bit further. So on the hourly chart here, kind of looking at it like this. I've got a couple of counts for this little move up here, and we'll go through them. But really, we want well, technically, you can go above this, because we would have had this high here, then down to this high here. So that would be a setup there as well, triggering that. But it just depends on how close you want to get to the market and so on and so on. So this is sort of what we're looking at. We're looking at this 5-wave structure up here, and really it's this third wave that we want here. And inside of this third wave, of course, there's going to be another 5-wave structure here, and it will be this third wave of the 1 and 2 and the third here that's going to be the powerful point in the structure here. This is the one that you really want here. So there's plenty of time to set up within all of this here. So on the 15-minute chart here, I was looking at it like this here. So basically 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the third wave, the fourth wave, and then the fifth wave here. The fifth wave is not finished. I've got a bit of a keen eye, but 1 and 2, and this is all the third wave up here. But in fact, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5. So there's a little bit more to go here. So really what we want at this stage here is, if I can just create this little guy here, and we'll get to this too. This will probably develop in the next session. But we want that top there. I'm just putting it there as theory at this stage here, but I can see this is corrective wave 4 here. So we still look for that top. Once we've got that top in play, then we can start looking at the 50, 60% retracement level. Not that it needs to come down here, because really this is the block. All that price action there, that's really that's going to reflect back over here in terms of support, and then we'll gravitate towards our numbers over here, which will be group 2 will be in here as such. We'll just move that there. So really what we want to see at this stage here is this this to finish 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 up to here, then an ABC here. It may not pull all the way back down here. It certainly can do. So we just need to be mindful of that. But so I'm just going to save that. So that's how the count sort of looks at there. But then I've got sort of another little count here that changes this a little bit as well. So we just need to be a little bit careful up here. So I'm just going to go to a tick chart here, and it'll be a little bit different. Just let me get my bearings here. So in fact, we don't need these guys here. I've got to keep cleaning up as I go, because I'm limited to the amount of things I can put on here. So when I was looking at this here, I was thinking to myself, well, this count's a little bit sort of different here as well. It's actually like I've got 5 waves into this structure here, then an A and a B and a C here, then up for 1 and back for 2 here. So yeah, it's a slightly different count, but let me just get my bearings on this one. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, getting close there. Getting close for this destruction, but I think there's still, I can't draw on this side here, but it looks like we've got 1, an A and a B and a C for 2 here, then 3 and 4, and then up for 5 here. So basically up for 1 and back for 2, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 to here. I think there's still one more move here, then a move up to here, then we're going to get a correction here. So we need this top to be in place. So this will probably come Wednesday. We'll create some sort of Wednesday here will create some sort of V-shaped day here like this with another high here, and then Thursday will create the bear day. So we're looking to go long on late Thursday and then into Friday here. So we need that top in here, and it's not quite there just yet. So we'll keep moving and looking at that, and we'll do a little bit more work on the cash. But basically we want to see the market above the level here, which it's doing, and then we want to see it below the level here. Okay, so but the other point too is that in terms of not missing the trend up too, it's quite important. If I just remove this here now, let's just talk about group 1 here, because it's a great little thing to work with. Group 1 is of the 800 here is 10, 20 and 30. So once we've got the 30 there, we've got 50 after that, haven't we? And then we've got, as you know, 65 roughly, 72 in here, that could be orange, and then 80 here, group 2 here. So there are our steps to the upside here. In terms of not missing the trend, because I have to draw over this side, so we normally wait for here, and then we'd be looking for an A and a B and a C to come back below the level here, and then we're interested in going long from that point. But if for whatever reasons, and this is all the time as well, if we're looking at group 1, let's just say the market comes up to here, comes back, makes a move up, and then has a little A, B and C here, then it's this level here that you want, and then this one, and then any support here can be taken lower as well. So if you get this testing here as support on top of group 1 here, then you'll need to take these triggers here as to go long at that point. But I would imagine this is going to come up to here and then fold back here. I think the original count is right. I'll need to do some work on this and also look at the cash market as well. All right, cheers.